Hey, 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 girl. Hey, 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 girl.
Hey, melanin dripping, sweet candy coated honey bar, good looking. The way how you moving, put me in the mood, I'm glad to see you. Your waistline on the baseline, so attractive, I wanna be a captive. I see a smile on your face now, so beautiful, I know you're original.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance to me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance to me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Come talk to me, girl. Classy and intelligent, are you on the world? I let me sit face to face. Know your feet detention, just had to mention. Your brown eyes, shining bright, so gorgeous and glowing like sunlight. Hear your voice, angelic high, so amazing, I wanna keep this going.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. Come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Hey, 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 girl, I wanna take you home with me.
And hey, 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 girl, show you good energy, yeah.
Hey, 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 girl, I wanna treat you right, you see, you see, you see.
Hey, 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 yeah, girl. So come wind back for me, I wanna see if we got good chemistry. And come wind up for me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and you have my attention. And dance for me, baby. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and show off, show off. You have my attention. And dance for me, baby, step out, step out. Keep it moving, we're still grooving. Aye. Cause we're still grooving. Step out, step out. Hey.
Yo, I think I'm gonna really give up this life. Just try to be a better guy, But wait, man, they got a great girl, and they really feel like go treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's up with you?
Girls. Some things about kind of resolve. I think I can just, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
just listen for a while. I was stupid, I'll admit it. Should've never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long. Forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I'll treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I do. I apologize. I was wrong.
Hello.
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing, I try to describe. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful. Power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. So you are woman. Hey. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hello, everybody. Good night. Happy Heroes Day, and welcome to another edition of the Senate. The Senate Shorts. I almost said Senate Shorts. Welcome to another edition of the Senate podcast. I'm your host Neil. He's your host Derek.
Here.
And tonight we are back with another long form live stream of the Senate podcast. How you doing, my brother? How was your Heroes Day?
I'm pretty good. I had a pretty quiet day. Got out in the country, you know how I like to do it. Got out in the country. Had a little time for myself, you know what I mean? And I was able to relax. Went to the gym this morning, so that was.
Big up to the gym, man. The gym was open.
Yeah, man. Twin gym open. Be cranking all the time, you know. Big up Twin gym, man. So yeah, that was good for me. It was happy that I was able to get that done. That way I don't miss any days. But after that
came home and grabbed something to eat. I hit the road. So came back and I am here now ready to do the Lord's work as usual on a Tuesday and Thursday, man. How you doing, my brother? How are things on your end?
Man, I'm good. Can't complain. Life is not bad at all. What is bad? I working out mentally, but I good. We trod on. We trod on. We persevere.
Always.
Right. So obviously, those of you that would have come in before 8 o'clock, you would have been hearing some beautiful singing from some young gentlemen straight from Barbados. They are the best a cappella group in the Western Hemisphere, bar none. That is G-Syndicate, and I will turn it over to Derek to let everybody know about the band.
Yeah, man. G Syndicate. That's Kiamal, Waden, Mark, Brett, and Hugh doing great music all the time. Only the human voice. You can find us on gsyndicate6.com, here on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter at gsyndicate6, and also on Instagram at gsyndicate6, but you got to spell out 6. So those of you who can spell, you should have no problems spelling the word 6. If you can't, well, I don't know what it would tell you in that regard, but I think you'll work it out at some point.
You shouldn't be watching our content. You should be watching something a little more educational. Yeah. Excuse me. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Good night to Cherish. Cherish is in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, you are watching the Senate podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Dislike, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything coming on the pipeline. We do content for you 5 days a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays we do Senate shorts. Those are a bit lighthearted. We still try to disseminate some practical advice for men, women, and anybody else in between when it comes to relationships and life, or even if you just get a laugh from it. If nothing else, to see the absurdity that's out there in the world, not even just the dating world. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m., we come here, we do, as Aston would say and some others, the Lord's work. And we talk the things, we do not dipsy doodle. This is nothing like, we boil it straight. So, just consider give us a like, a follow, a subscribe. Sharing the content is important. Dislike it. If you think we're talking foolishness, you think we are menacing, marauding, misogynist, just dislike, share and tell the people we doing bad jump. That's fine too. But most important word, share. Now, my brother, we are here again, as you said, on this beautiful Heroes Day. It was a bit rain this morning, but we came out in the afternoon. We had good sunshine, and big up to the latest hero, Rihanna. She
a friend of mine, she called it Rihanna Day. Bigger tallies.
Yeah, Rihanna Day. So, we want to say, hope everybody having a happy Heroes Day. But y'all ain't come to hear we talk it. Well, y'all come to hear we talk it, but when they come to hear we talk it about frivolity, we all here to come to hear we talk it. But every Tuesdays and Thursdays before the live stream, Derek will go on our social media pages, particularly Facebook. You can check us out, Senate Podcast on Facebook. Okay, give us a like and a follow there. Derek went on there and he would post the topic for the next edition of the Senate Podcast. This is no different. Earlier today, he would have posted what I think is a barn burner. She hate me. Basically, why men disagree with women is seen as misogyny. Anytime we talk the things, hard, soft, or in between, whether we're talking about gender roles, pay gap, whatever we're talking about, it is seen as misogyny once we're disagreeing with women. But when women disagree with men, or just flat out say what they've got to say when it comes to men, good, bad, or indifferent, hard or soft, that misandry is accepted. Yes, misandry. If you don't know what misandry is, I understand. Welcome. We're going to educate you a bit here. Misandry is the exact opposite of misogyny, right? And I actually have the word misogyny still here from do I still have
Tuesday?
It? Yes, I still have it from Tuesday. We're gonna put that on here, and we're gonna essentially infer the opposite to that, right? So misogyny is dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women. Example given: she felt she was struggling against thinly disguised misogyny, right? So the opposite of that would be the dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against men. Now, my brother, lead us in sermon. Let us have it. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, man. I have no problem with that at all.
No problem.
No problem.
And tonight, you know, I know people tend to think that I'm gonna attempt to keep this thing brief. You know what I mean? People say that it'll be too long. Sometimes we long form content. You know, so in the effort to kind of cut it down, we say brevity is the soul of wit. So we try to get through things a little quicker. But I see we got 353 subscribers liking that. So the price of admission, as always, guys, hit the like button. Hit the like button. We don't mind at all. Big up my man Marlon in the house. Cherish also. Good to see you all. We are here and we are going to talk this thing. And on Tuesday night, we would have spoken at length about misogyny, right? We tried to a couple of people told me that was a very interesting show in terms of the fact that we kept hammering home the point that, you know, everything is not misogyny.
It really is not.
And we attempted to dispel that notion that every time a man disagrees with or doesn't accommodate, that's the next thing too. Every time a man doesn't accommodate a woman, somehow it seems to equal misogyny, but that's not the case, right? And I remember at the end of the night, we showed some screenshots from what was a TikTok post, and it had various women saying some less than flattering stuff about their husbands. And our girl Lee, big up Lee, if she's here already, if she's not, Lee pointed out that they were just jokes, right? And that got me to thinking, you know, look at these things differently now. And I had to ask the question, why are we so comfortable with jokes at men's expense, but not so much with jokes at women's expense, right?
It's an interesting question.
Yeah. If men had started a thread, like the one that we watched on TikTok, talking about, you know, being annoyed by their wives breathing in and out, or you know, being annoyed by things that their wife would have done 11 years prior, you know, there would have been a hue and cry. Yeah, the people will bring out the pitchforks. They'll be talking about cancellation. You know, all the its would have come out and stuff like that. You know,
the Paddy Archer.
Yeah, the Paddy Archer. That good old patriarchy, right? And we had a classic example of this very discomfort only about a month ago at the Oscars, right, Neil?
Oh, yes.
Regina Hall, very lovely black lady, made a direct joke about LeBron James's hairline. And it was all good he had, right? Said that the special effects team needed to get an award for the job they did on LeBron's hairline, right? And then respect to LeBron and deference to LeBron, let me go with what you had tonight, you know what I mean?
Was that sense that I get?
We're rocking with LeBron tonight.
What? Rocking into that, brother. Oh, I get clipped.
We rocking with LeBron tonight, right?
I clipping that.
But you know, it's only for the purposes of this particular conversation.
Clips without context are still damning. So you don't worry with that.
Yeah. Chris Rock, on the other hand, indirectly referenced a woman's hair, and he got slapped. Then the internet exploded with a lot of women saying he deserved to be assaulted, right? If you remember that correctly.
To be fair, LeBron wasn't there to slap Regina Hall, so. or rather, Savannah James wasn't there.
Yeah, to defend her husband's honor, you know.
Yeah.
For some reason, folks, men are fair game in these streets. I guess we all think it's okay to say and do whatever to men, because at the end of the day, men can just, you know, shake it off, man up, and deal with it, right? There's no thought to the potential long-term deleterious ramifications of that particular man having to deal with what was said or done to him, either physically or mentally, right? There's no mention of misandry. Keeping up. Yeah, man, I still here.
Had a little breakup.
Yeah. I was saying there's no mention of misandry or sexism, right? just a little fun fact as I was typing up, and the Facebook post there was, I typed in the word misandry and misanthrope came up. Misunderstanding came up. There was no predictive text for misandry. I found that hilarious to me. Right?
If you try googling misandry, I think when I had done it, we had done a show earlier, and I put up misandry, and it had come up. Do you mean? I think it was misunderstand or something. And I thought I was hilarious. But anyhow,
yeah, because those things really don't exist, right? There's a whole lot of equivocation, though, right? Hedging and dipsy doodling. Right? So tonight, to illustrate my point, as we drill down even further into this topic, I want us to watch a video from The Real and have a discussion about what these lovely ladies are discussing and see if we can highlight some of the hypocrisy that exists in society today, right? So anytime you're ready, Neil, you could run that out. She saw my girl Tolly's in the crank.
Yeah, just let me put it here.
Hit the like button on the way in, folks.
Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey YouTube, I hope you're excited because it's time for another exclusive girl chat topic, and it's for your eyes only because, girl, we're not done chatting yet. Okay, ladies, if you watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you know one of my famous phrases is that I'm looking for a man who is hung like a horse.
Oh my God.
That's what I said, and I'm sticking to it. All right. But
I'm
when
behind
push
you,
comes
I'm
to
watching
shove,
your
does
face
size
with you.
really matter? And is there a way to tell if a guy is well endowed just by looking at his hands? Well, Dr. Karen Rajan told his TikTok followers that you can measure a man by the proportions of his index and ring fingers. If the index finger is shorter, that means his manhood is longer. So I want to know, grab your tape measures and tell me what you think. Does size matter, or is it all the motion in the ocean?
I can't stand when people say that it's all the motion in the ocean, because how do you feel the ocean if you can't feel the motion? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it can't be too.
No,
you
come on.
can't be sitting there like gyrating like you're so good, but you don't feel anything.
Yeah, if it's a tampon,
it's gotta be something.
We need more than a tampon, okay? Like, this is not gonna work.
Oh God!
But guys, I'm not so much of a length kind of gal. I'm more of a girth person.
Gotcha.
Like, I can't do the pencil penis. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Literally, like
Yeah.
it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
But at the same
that can
time,
work with
have
me.
you ever had someone
Yes,
that's
better,
too
trust
large
me.
that they completely bypass your whole vagina and just start going to your intestines?
Okay.
You will be like, like this. You just bypass all the good feels.
How you go?
You be like, that ain't it.
That ain't it. No.
And in that case, size does matter because there is too
Size
big.
does matter, but can you tell by the person's body? Like, you know how they say if you go to try on a pair of pants,
Yeah.
if you wrap the waist of the pants around your neck, it'll fit your waist.
It's pretty
Right?
accurate.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty accurate. So
Really?
why not?
Yeah.
Or if a man is wearing jogging pants, hello, Idris Elba, remember that? You can
It is
tell
sweatpants season.
What
Wait, I
Gray
want to
sweat.
ask you, since
Why
with
me?
your quote,
Okay.
hung like a horse,
Yeah.
can there be a too big for you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
The horse is real
When
big.
you completely
When it's
bypass the good
uncomfortable.
part?
Yeah, and it's not fun because it hurts too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
That ain't it.
No,
You know,
I don't
it's-
want a pencil one either.
this whole theory, because it's like, it's known as the second to fourth digital ratio calculated by dividing the length of the index finger by the length of the ring finger, and then
What?
you can get the length of it.
Show me right now.
It's
Just-
like this.
If I was a
versus
man, I
this.
would have the smallest penis ever. Look at these little ass hands.
I know you would have the smallest one, but
sad.
you would actually be small. Yeah, you would be small because your index finger is longer than your ring
Yeah,
finger.
because Lonnie's index finger is longer than her ring finger.
No,
so
it's
your-
not. See?
Yeah,
Look.
your index is
This
longer.
is
Mine
my
is
ring.
about
Oh,
the
it
same.
is,
right
it
there.
is.
Mine is
So
about
I'll
the
be a
same.
little bit. Yours, turn around your nails. Yeah, yours would be the same. Ooh, yours would be huge, Jeannie. Okay, if I don't believe this theory, okay? Actually, you got to use this finger and you go like this, and then that's it. You go like this, the middle
And that
finger,
means what?
and go like
So
this.
the length from your
That's the
lip, from
length
middle
from
finger
where
to where
this
it's stretched
ends.
to.
What?
That's how long it's gonna
Small.
be.
Now
That's
let me
a
ask
good.
you.
That's a good.
Is this wrong that we're sitting here analyzing men like this?
Because if men were here,
because we would be me
Hang in
tooing
there,
it
brother.
all
Hang in.
day long if we were being analyzed about the size of our head based on something on my.
Do it on a date. Just look at his hands.
but
play
if
with
no,
his
we're
hands.
saying
But we're
if
saying
men
it's not
looked
right.
at us,
Nobody care about that.
By your eyelids, we could actually I could tell by your nostrils if you got a tight vagina
Men
or a
would
big
do it.
vagina.
Men would do it. Believe me, they would do it. They do
would
it all the time.
They would do it.
I know, but
That's
that's
wrong.
right.
That's all the time we have. We have to go.
Yeah,
Don't
we-
forget to subscribe to the Real Daytimes YouTube page. Make sure you comment and let
All right, she get into the YouTube parts. I don't know anything more after
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
That's it?
No.
Brother man, hold on a minute now. Hold on a minute. Aye, man. Can you imagine me, you, and two other men saying open international TV? International TV. Right? And we sitting down in the middle of the day talking about the size and shape of a woman's breast or a woman's, there. I hate when people come and talk about, every breast are equal. I say equal, many want the teacup. I want. And we went into, you can measure the shape of a woman's vagine
Yeah.
by the size of her hips and looking at her middle toe versus her baby toe. And brother man, first things first, we ain't getting no sponsors. Second, we cancel. We can't walk but without getting cursed. What?
But here's the thing, here, Neil. These ladies sat and openly discussed men's penis size, as you said, on international TV because this thing's streaming all over the world and other places, right? And they also discussed what they prefer. One lady even showed you how it's like mashing intestines and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. That's only been back.
But here's the real crux of the thing, though, right? One lady on the panel pointed out the very honest fact that if men were doing a similar thing as you talked about there, Neil, they themselves, the same ladies there on the rail, they would be all over it with all the Me Too stuff, right? And here's the thing, another lady kind of tried to chime in, right? Let me point out the lady that pointed it out, Jeannie May and Adrian Bailon or whoever his last name is. Those are the two ladies on the panel who are married. But I digress. When they pointed out that, hey, men doing the same thing, we would be jumping on it with the Me Too stuff and all that. What was the response, Neil? Right?
Nobody don't care about that.
They don't care about that. You heard it for yourselves. They don't care about that. You care about the men, right? Yeah, we get it. We understand, right? And as you said, Neil, the mention of cancellation, although I hear that them up, they think this is the last season or something like that. But the mention of cancellation.
God is good, though, God is good.
Yeah, amen. Amen.
God is good.
The mention of misandry, the sexism, the chauvinism, nothing. Let me get Keisha. Nothing. Right? Nothing. A lady came into our comment section a few months ago, right, Neil, and she made a very accurate statement that words indeed matter. Right? I agree wholeheartedly. Words matter, right? But more and more, it seems as if this is only the case when women are the ones receiving the words. Words don't matter much when men are the ones on the receiving end.
Right.
Right? Here on this very channel, here on the Senate podcast, here on YouTube, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
I see you.
Yeah. We did a short about a woman who was easily 500 pounds. But never once could we use the word fat, right? We've had to be as diplomatic as possible.
We was young and green. We was young and green.
Yeah.
No. Problem.
Sorry to tell you. We had to be as diplomatic as possible to address the issues, right? But we can't say the word fat because to do so would be to run the risk of being accused of fat shaming, right? But men are afforded such grace, right, Neil? We know this.
Mm-hmm.
A fat man is simply saucy.
Mm-hmm.
A broke man is a broke ass ninja.
A short man is just a short man, or in Bim, he's a short me crutch man.
A what?
A short me crutch man. You've never heard short me crutch, dog. Put in the chat if you've ever heard the term short me crutch. Put some ones in the chat.
I never heard of it. It's hilarious.
And we all know, a small doggy man is simply a small doggy man, right? A fat woman, though, a fat woman is BBW plus size. You can't say overweight or obese. BBW plus size. All right, we get it. But this is the hurtful thing. This is the part that's so hurtful, right? A woman can be all those things we described. Oh man, she could be broke, short, fat. What else we got there? You small doggy part don't apply, but
well,
yeah,
you
get
know,
a brick my drift, right?
Yeah, you know,
small
it's
breasty.
You know, I just remembered there was a song, "Don't Want No Short Dick," man, and that song was a hit.
International hit.
I know they can say, you know, but when I got songs, when I want to poke women and think, yeah, but them is dancehall songs, and then no get.
I guess who loved them the most? Guess who loved them the most?
Oh, Rascal. Anyhow,
my man Chris Rock did a bit right when he said, you know, women love rap music. The nastier, the better. And we can say the same thing here in the West Indies. Women love dancehall music. The nastier, the better. Right? Chris Rock rules a reference. He said the lyrics could be simply smack her with a dick, smack her with a dick, smack her with a dick, smack her with a dick.
Or, boy, she hair and.
Told you. I pulled up next to a woman at the stoplight and she was playing that with her 9 or 10-year-old daughter in the passenger seat next to her.
Go bring them up in the ways there. Go bring them up in the ways of the streets.
And we see them at Dexter Daps. We heard them because when the clips play, when you listen to the clips, and the men that are singing the lyrics, it's the women. But anyhow, don't let me digress too much. Try to keep the thing tight.
Go ahead.
The hurtful thing, right, is about a woman that possesses all those qualities. Short, fat, overweight, whatever you want to call it. Those women will still look at men with the qualities that they possess and think that they're men beneath them. Explain for 25 marks, please, somebody in the chat, right? It has become so flagrant that even some women now are recognizing the hypersensitivity. That's the word I can use, right? Hypersensitivity, but we know it's a double standard, right? So let's call it both. They're recognizing the hypersensitivity and the double standards. Everybody's skin thin. Everybody's skin thin. Somebody says something, we fly off the handle. Let me talk about cancellation, right? And to point out that fact, let's take a look at what our girl Kendra G had to say on her show only a few nights ago. Right?
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Let's take a listen. Yeah, man, I'm ready. Let me listen to Kendra G.
All right. Kendra is on screen and she is playing.
Let me address some comments because I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of whenever I have to have a direct moment with a woman, oh, Kendra, you're being insensitive. You're making people feel low. Don't watch my show. If that's how you feel, do not watch it. Because when I have a man up here, there's nothing but women. Actually, let me talk about this. I have a guy on my Facebook page right now who's in a jacuzzi. And there are so many women in the comments saying, he's gay, he's this, he's a sissy, he's giving me feminine vibes. You women don't have any problems expressing yourself when it's something negative to a male. But let a woman come up here and we have to have a real talk moment. All of a sudden, I don't like this show because I feel low. You don't like this show because your ass don't want to take direct criticism. And you know what? That's why your ass is going to be watching me as long as I do the show. And you ain't going to get a man because you're not strong enough to woman up and maybe realize there's some shit you got to get together. Okay? So I'm really done with the sensitive women that watch the show that are always complaining when I got to give a woman real talk. And I do it in the most sensitive way as possible, if you guys ever notice. It's exhausting. It really is. So I don't want you to watch my show no more. If you feel as though I'm making someone feel low, this show ain't for you. Go do something else with your Saturday night, with your Friday night, with your life. Because I'm over it. Especially when women are literally more mean than the men on my show. Go to the comments on my page. It is 80% women saying the negative things. I'm over that shit. So if you guys can dish it, learn how to take it. And it's that simple. I'm not going to sit up here walking on eggshells, talking to women when they got crazy shit happening in their lives because
Who
you
she
guys
sound like to you,
are
Derek?
so freaking sensitive. Woman up. Maybe
Who
it's
she
time
sound
for
like to
you
you?
to do something in your
But
life
here's the
and
thing
kind
that
of
makes
get your
that clip
shit
even
together.
more
Have you
hilarious,
ever
Neil.
thought of that? Absolutely.
She had the
There's men up
word to
here
say
that got crazy shit going on.
about Kevin Samuels.
I talk to him every night. But
Only
guess
a
what?
few short months ago, the world to say about Kevin Samuels and his very direct and honest approach.
That's
But
right.
no,
She sounds just
But
like Kevin
no.
Samuels in a wig.
pretty much. Kevin Samuels weaving and saddling it up. Bigger O'Shea Drew Jackson, right? She is doing the very same thing.
We gotta watch the rest of
But
this,
guess
or
Nah, man.
we covered. Okay. Mhm.
The point has been well made.
Okay. Good.
So check it, right? Wrap here soon. We got much further to go. Johnny Depp, right? Is currently in court. You know we ain't cover this one. We ain't cover this one.
Free Johnny Depp.
Yeah, we ain't cover this one, but we can just touch on it just a little bit, right? Kind of waiting for everything to shake out and then we have a discussion, right?
Yep.
But he is currently in court fighting with his ex-wife, Amber Heard, to salvage his reputation and occupation because after the whole fallout with her, he lost projects, he lost work, don't think he worked since. She continued on, huh?
He get fired for some big ones too, you know.
Yep. Even after all the equity he had built up with the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Pirates of the Caribbean is like, nah.
Just to get rid of he boy. And Disney don't like that sort of behavior. Though. Any bad press, get rid of you.
Yeah. And even with evidence of her transgressions and assault against him, I still saw women on Facebook. Neil, you were part of it. You saw it too. We were in the discussion.
Yeah.
We saw women on Facebook saying that they think both parties are at fault because he must have done something to provoke that innocent babe in the woods that is Amber Heard. Yeah, because we do not believe that women are capable of doing anything that is not chaste and virtuous, unless, of course, they have been provoked by an evil man. Yeah. Then the victim blaming now, right? The boy say, well, yeah, you know, to blame Johnny Depp for being assaulted, it's actually blame the victim. We ain't talking about that. Nah. He had to do something. Yeah, he had to do something to provoke Amber Heard to cut off his finger, to shite in his bed. That's his fault. Johnny Depp had to do something. Big old bad Johnny Depp. Yeah, even with evidence.
Excuse me a second. I gotta make an important call. Hold on a second.
Yeah, man, no problem. Even with evidence, folks, legal practitioners online are still skeptical about Johnny Depp's ability to actually win this case. And sadly, Johnny Depp is aware of that fact too. But he is choosing to pursue the case. Why, folks? Somebody say, why, Derek? Ask me in the chat. Why? Why is Johnny Depp still willing to pursue this case? Just type in the chat. Ask me why. Yeah. And while I'm waiting for you to do that, please hit the like button, folks. This is the only ad price admission that we charge. Hit the like button as you come on in. Good to see you. Shout out some people. I see Drifter. I don't think I've ever seen you, Drifter, but happy to have you. Tango Fox. Good to see you here as always. Nicholas in the crank. Love the fact that you're here. Good to see you, my brother. Ruben in the house as well. Good to see you. Oh, Crystal Artsway. Thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you so much, Tango Fox. Why is Johnny Depp pursuing this case? In order to be heard. That's it, you know. In order to be heard. Johnny Depp is expensing himself to the tune of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, just to have his side of the event heard in an attempt to remove the stain from his name. But let me be honest, folks. Let me really be honest. Will the stain against his name ever really go away? Because he's been accused, right? And of course, in the court of public opinion, believe all women. So when you bring that accusation against a man, of course, he is at fault. He is in the wrong. Look at Chris Brown. Yeah, Chris Brown had to produce receipts and screenshots in order to beat the allegations that were leveled against him only a few months ago. Shoot, may not even be 2 months. But very, very recently, right? But in the court of public opinion, Chris Brown will always be a woman beater. Right? Because we all remember the graphic photos of our national hero, bigger than national hero, Rihanna Day. Shout out Crystal, my Toddies. Yeah? And if it is only right, we mention Rihanna on this auspicious occasion, right? So yeah, we remember the graphic photos of Rihanna. Nobody asked, well, hey, what did she do to provoke Chris Brown? He the pets a hand. Nobody asked that. Johnny Depp lost a finger. But he had to do something to provoke that woman. Because the woman can't be guilty of doing that. So Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion. Tory Lanez tried to give his side of the circumstances. He got arrested. But Meg Thee Stallion went to give a whole interview with Gayle King, giving her account of the circumstances. And then bawled her eyes out, even though, you know, we saw no tears, no real actual tears, no makeup smudging or nothing like that. And what happens, folks, to the accusers? Yeah, because men get labeled misogynist, misandrist, woman beater, sexist, chauvinist, all the S.
Believe all women.
Toxic.
Believe all
because
women.
we must believe all women, as Neil is saying, right? Men get all the labels. But what about the people who falsely accuse these men? Are they labeled as misandrist, sexist, chauvinist, any other S? Are they? It's usually a term, my bad, or oops, and it's business as usual, right? The average man in the street does not have the resources to fight against these kind of things like Johnny Depp. You just don't. At some point, we need to recognize got a lot of people, everybody got a little bit of ain't shit in them. We got to recognize that. Ain't just a man thing, ain't just a woman thing. That's why Neil, like, you come here every Tuesday and Thursday night. You ain't got to change your mind, you know. You ain't got to change your mind. But just consider what we're saying. Don't get triggered. Yeah, consider what we're saying. Don't mind my tone and say that, oh, there you say things harsh. Yeah, I say things harsh because we try talking to them nice when they don't really take me on and be nice. So sometimes it's got to be a little bit more direct. Look at Kendra G. She was direct. Look at the ladies on the reel. Talking about penis size, they were direct. As a matter of fact, Neil, we had a video very, very early in the day on this channel where women sat on a panel and spoke with glee about removing a man's penis. I don't know if you remember that video. And everybody was cool with it. Except for one lady, very much like this video with the reel. One lady said, well, this isn't necessarily the coolest thing, and they shut her down. Ladies and gents, if we can be cool, right? If we can balk at the slightest hint of disagreement and call it misogyny, In the immortal words of LeBron James, I tell you, I'm rocking my head ball tonight for LeBron James, right? In the immortal words of LeBron James, when it comes to women, let me keep that same energy. So if we can balk at the men, if we want to cancel the men for saying things that trigger we and we get slightly offended, even though it's honest. If we want to talk about cancellation, then when 4 women get sit on a panel, talk about men penis sizes, we cancel them too. Keep that same energy, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. And let's get into it. No. I find this interesting, right, Derek? As you were talking, I often ask why. Why are women allowed certain things? First things first, let me first say that this is all emotional feelings, right? Women, sorry, they get in their emotions when it comes to these sort of things. How about words? Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Men are considered to have thick skin. Women, not so much. So therefore, you can say whatever you want about a woman. All they got to do is hit the wrong nerve, and then the whole kid and caboodle cancel. But for men, see, if we get emotionally hurt by something, man up. Don't be a pussy. You know what I mean? Yeah. You a joking, you gotta take it like that. Right? Because we are supposed to be paragons of strength. Women are supposed to be paragons of emotional stability. But they don't want to talk about those things because women want to be held without account. So there is that, and then there is also the fact that over the last since the invention of the television, right? I would go probably last 50 years. Marketing has been paid to those whom spend the most money, right? Mm-hmm. This is basic economics, right? You can target the audience that got a lot of those disposable incomes and want to spend the most money. People that are easily manipulated through emotion, through your marketing campaigns to spend money, right? Men are easy to get. Once you're dealing with cars, you got men. You're dealing with lawn tools or anything to do with crafts, you got men. You know what I mean? Anything to do with most gadgets and technologies, you got men. With women, clothes, makeup, hair, shopping centers women will be targeted for that marketing campaign. So when you have daytime television, you got to appeal to them women. You understand? You want to be on television, you got to appeal to women. Right? So what you got to do, you got to talk and say what you want about women. I see somebody, I think it was Erica, made the point in the chat saying that if men had the same spaces, same audiences to talk about certain things, then it would be different. But that's just the point. The point is we don't have those audiences because during the day men are working, right? So many daytime television can work with most men. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. We talk about mainstream America, right? And men when we do have downtime, we are not going to listen about we are not going to listen to something that's emotionally driven. We would listen to opinion pieces that are logic based. That's why Kevin Samuels is so popular. That's why a lot of people, MTR and a lot of other content creators, are so popular in this red pill space because they come at it from a logical standpoint, right? They come with very complex arguments. If X, then Y. How come Z, right? Like fundamental things that you can point, data, statistics, those sorts of things.
Logic.
No, I understand it. That's just for me to set up. I understand why a lot of people, women, feel empowered to say anything they want about a man in mainstream media and it not be misandry. But anything a man disagrees with a woman, shoot. Could be an earshot of a woman or a group of women. He is canceled, right? No, let us get something straight. Let's get something straight, right? A lot of women have been empowered to say and do and behave as they feel like when it comes to men. And there has been no accountability in mainstream, right? Sure, there and myself, the red pill and such, holding women accountable, but by and large, we are being attacked. Obviously, we are a small time channel, so our attack comes very small. But Kevin Samuels, for example, who is seen as the mainstream of the red pill space, he is being attacked. Gay, how come he got 2 divorces? The children messed up. They talk about all sorts of things about him, right? All of these things that have nothing to do with his message. Him having 2 divorces has nothing to do with what he's preaching. What his failed marriages, his relationship with his children, all of the things that you attack this man at has nothing to do with what this man is saying. But that's the logic base of it. A lot of people go on emotion, so all it takes is one person to look and say, ha ha, kiki. For example, we had a little issue. I said I wasn't going to talk about this again, but just an example. The other day we had an issue with a person that posted something on Twitter locally, and the man said, with these men, like, our channel small, so them seeing them popping, right? Almost to insinuate, to kind of dismiss or invalidate our content, what we say, right? Right, Ruben ad hominem, right? And it is funny because there is logic to what we are saying, right? It is a simple fact that we cannot say certain things about women. We cannot. We cannot. I cannot call a woman fat. That is not shaming. That is a fact. If I see a woman that is obese, I cannot call her fat. I'm not talking in a disparaging manner. If I'm saying, oh, look at that fat woman over there, I can't say that. Just as if a woman would look and say, look at that tall man over there, or I look at there and say, that's a bald man over there. That's a woman over there with big breasts. I can't say that. You know what I mean? I can't say these things. So, my and Derek brought this up, but my question to everybody listening is, why is it that women can get away with saying what they want without repercussion, and even come to shaming language once the affected parties come out and say something, right? Why is it that women can say these things but men cannot? Men cannot speak about. Shoot, I remember. Oh my goodness, there was a time. I can't remember where it was, but the conversation. I can't remember what it was, but I think the conversation was like some women were talking about how gross it is men describing a woman's, vagina, right? I can't. Oh, I think it was a song or something like that. I think it was, one of them songs, "Fat Pussy Girl," something. And a lot of people were starting to say, "Oh, that's gross. How can, because a woman's vagina or buff bear or one of them songs?" People were starting to get on that, right? And we cannot describe a woman. We cannot describe a woman. We cannot speak on a woman. We cannot speak on her appearance. We cannot speak on what she should and should not wear. We cannot speak on what she should or should not do. We cannot even advise women in any parts based on the article we read on Tuesday. We can't even offer our advice to women without being seen as misogynist. Meanwhile, women have no problems telling men how to dress, how to move, how to speak, how to walk, how to talk, how they should look. You see, please always get on the female beauty standards, how unrealistic the patriarchy has women to believe, right? But nobody don't talk about the beauty standards for men. You ever see a Calvin Klein? Have you ever seen an ad campaign with plus size? I'm gonna say it, plus size men. It's only now you see like Nike and East Bay and certain companies, they are putting men that are big and tall. Why? Because if we talk about athletes, those men are big and tall. But let's talk about designer wear. Let's talk about high fashion. You think me and Derek fit into high fashion standards? Y'all really think that because we're over 6 feet, right? We ain't fat, but we ain't slim neither. You think we fit into beauty standards? You think we get call up and call down by modeling companies or whatever? No. Because at the end of the day, models gotta be about between 5'9", 6 foot, 6'1" maybe. Men gotta be thin or buff to all. And even then, you can't be too buff, you can't be too muscular, because then you look like you put the juice. You understand what I mean? You look unnatural, right? So when you talk about beauty standards, you see, men don't check. Men don't check. Cause we see these things and say, oh, I like my macaroni pie too much. I can get me got 6 abs. I mean, I like my crumbs. Hey, get me to you know what I mean? Men are realistic. Men are logical. Men understand that to look like that, you have to put in a lot of work, not only in the gym, but outside of the gym. And you have to live a disciplined lifestyle. So you can either commit yourself to that, or you will not commit yourself to that. You will either find the time to do it, or you will not find the time to do it. But by and large, men understand what it is. Men don't look at these beauty standards on this website. I put Abercrombie and Fitch, or who's another website. I put these websites, and these men ain't look like me. For me. These ain't got no clothes for me. Man, just get him with a fitting. But women know. We got add a plus size category to everything. We got to add in shoot. I see now there's a lady that has what's call it where parties is where your guy had it Michael Jackson
Vitiligo,
right?
Remember Uncle Ruckus Vitiligo.
So you have women want to feel included in all spaces at all times. Men don't fight for inclusivity. Men don't fight for inclusivity to be inclusive. We don't fight for You understand what I mean? If it ain't look like it
ain't called to me, it ain't called to me.
Ain't called to me. If I go on a website, like shoot, I go to a website, order clothes. I'm a tall fella, right? I go on a website, I buy a large or extra large for a company, and when I put it on, it look like it fit in my 6-year-old son. Why ordering from them again? You think I ain't going to say, look at these sizes, I don't know what realistic standards these have. It ain't called to me. It ain't called to me. Just like, you know what amazes me? Because the average woman, the average size of a woman that shops in these places are not plus size. They're not fat. The average size, when you look at the average size, was catered. Some of these stores are catered to white women. White women are generally a certain size, height, shape, etc. Right? So now, if the clothes don't fit you, keep it pushing. Move it along. But no, we must cancel this company until they fit for me. So now the man gotta say, all right, let me create a fit. We now got to make our clothes to fit fat women. And on top of that, so now extra marketing campaign, extra clothing, material, everything we gotta do to appease this small demographic of women so that they could feel included. All right? And again, I often ask, where does the line stop? And we are seeing it now. The line doesn't stop because now you can transition. You got to put in a third bathroom. You transition, and now you could go as a man, transition to a woman, and rep all these sports. The line is being eroded. You understand? Because we do not have a cutoff point. We don't have all right, too far left is right. It's too far. You understand? Now, I'm not here to tell you I know what that cutoff part is. I'm just here to say that at the end of the day, if you think when we speak on women in any form or fashion, we disagree with women, anything like that, it is misogyny. We've been called misogynists, we've been called narcissists, we've been called, right? If you think what we are doing, what we are saying, and how we are moving is misogynistic, that is fine. But keep that same energy when I see you speaking out the side of your mouth, talking about how men ain't shit, and I don't understand how men, this, that, the next, and the third, I can say, well, there's misandry. We can all be mislabeling everything. And then, what they say? When the blind lady, when the blind fighting the blind, when in the land of the blind one man is king, right? So, I ask you all, and again, as Derek said, we're not trying to change any opinion, we just want y'all to think. If y'all have a thought experiment at any day, y'all still where y'all were at the beginning of it, that's fine. But the point is, I want you to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, right? If we can't speak about women, why do y'all feel y'all can speak about men? Why do y'all, if we speak about women and we're held to account, we're held to task, And we are held to such standard that, yo, you can't say that about women. You can't talk like that. How you could say that? Let me cancel that. Let me get rid of that. You can't do that. If that is the same, if that is what's happening, why you feel empowered to get out there and say what you want about men? Even in circles, hushed tones and circles. Why you feel you could talk about men penis size? Why you feel you could talk about a man's bank account? Why you feel you could talk about anything to do with a man? His right, his inability to find stable work. Why do you feel that you have the right to talk about a man? Because I can't walk about talking to you like, yo, I dated this girl, boy. What's it, Lucia? I can't say that.
No, you can't.
I can't say that. I can't go.
We're a lunatic here, though.
You understand? I can't say these things. I can't go and say, yo, a woman was fat and washed. I can't say that. She was short and stocky. I can't say that. That woman was, yo, she cooking was horrible. She chicken was dry. I don't know how man can keep from around. I can't say that. So if we are limited by what we can say, if our freedom of speech is encroached upon based on what we can and cannot say, because even the most benign of things that we say are being seen as detrimental or hurting someone's feelings, why y'all feel that y'all could talk out inside your mouth and say what y'all want, but we? Why? What gives you the right? What gives you the power? What gives you the privilege? You know what that sounds like to me, Derek? Which is funny because we talk about the patriarchy earlier. In a society where, right, men cannot speak or a speech is infringed upon as men, we cannot.
Free speech.
Free speech is free until, right? We can't see these things, but women can say what they want. So now if women can say what they want in this patriarchy system and we can't, what's that? What's that? That's all. That's all.
The gynocracy. So you call it the gynocracy. See my man Fergie, the host. Big up Fergie, man. Big up Fergie. We need to have a conversation, Fergie. We can have that very, very soon. We can talk about it. Gotta get Fergie to come in. But Neil, we got something we could get on screen, right, Neil?
Mm-hmm.
I sent you some material there, so if we could get it on screen. Because we're talking, again, everything is not misogyny. And if everything is misogyny, well, let me stop there. Everything is misogyny. I was gonna do this as a short and trigger, but hey, see, we got people watching. Hit the like button for us as they come in. Let me trigger all of them at one time, right? Just so we get. And like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the like button as they come in, folks. Hit the like button. It is the price of admission because we're talking and we say. I just want to show you how ridiculous it gets. In terms of people thinking that everything is misogyny, nothing is misandry. Shoot, misandry doesn't even exist. You hear some people tell it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let me know when you're ready, my brother. As a matter of fact, while you're getting that loaded up, let me dive in the chat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Show the people. See my man Philip in here saying the ladies in the vid thirst trapping. Daytime television for our young people, especially our girls. So he says cherish. All of them being canceled. Yeah, they're apparently they are. Well, I won't say canceled is the right word. Well, canceled, yeah, because they're not being what's the word for it?
Their ratings low.
I don't know if your ratings are low, but they're just not getting. I think this is their final season.
Okay.
Let job.
Oh, they're not being renewed.
Right. Thank you. That's the word. Okay. All saying that this is wild. Ones in the chat. The fellas here with short me crutch probably needed not, right? Roughness you want, says Drifter. Bad and bad, for real. Yeah. The media would be more sensitive to men if men were their main users / viewers, and if men were more vocal. No outrage, no reaction, no one cares, bottom line. Yet you would say to me that we are living in a patriarchy. We have no people don't cater to us because we are not the main users and viewers. We don't get to push out the propaganda that the Gestapo back in World War II. We don't get that. But you're saying to us that we live in a patriarchy. Interesting. Nicholas, that still don't make it right though. They don't make excuses for the double standards. Amen. Preach it. Keep that same energy, says Ruben. Yes, we keeping that energy. Yeah, they're asking me why. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. When I was telling you to ask me why Johnny Depp was doing this case, he needed to be heard. Yeah. Tango Fox. During the court of public opinion, a man is always guilty until proven innocent. And even then, as in the case of Johnny Depp, even with evidence of innocence, he is guilty. Yeah. Many talked about Rihanna provoking Chris Brown. Many victims of abuse end up getting blamed. That's why more stay quiet. Not in this age, Erica. In this particular age, you don't even got to be a victim. You could come forward, you can make a saying and come forward. And if your fella can't disprove it, that's guts. You know what I mean? If good men get the same treatment as the bad, no incentive to be good. And that is not a world for women. Law of the jungle is a bigger problem for women than men. That's true. Exactly, Neil. Women control the market because we do the majority of shopping. Yeah, apparently women spend 70 something cents out of every dollar as opposed to men, right? So yes, they will cater to women and be more sensitive to women. I'm honest, I will call any fat person fat, says Tango Fox. Fat vulva is more correct, Neil, if we are nitpicking. Men don't fight for inclusion because they don't have to. Men don't cry outrage because it doesn't really negatively affect them.
Wait, hold on.
It's not that, Erica. It's that men kind of understand that nobody don't really check, nobody don't care because at the end of the day, men supposed to man up and get on with it.
Where do you see men being included? Where do you see the inclusiveness of men? Where do you see models like me en masse on shopping sites? Where do you see situations where a man that is 5'6" and obese being included? The average man, the average height is about 5'8". The average man is not slim trim, especially amongst black people. Where do you see the inclusiveness of those men? Men are balding. I mean, like, can't shave the head. Look like somebody grandfather balding. Where do you see the inclusiveness there?
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Meanwhile, we had a whole set of women who put on a Hooters costume and went to Hooters for Halloween, and then essentially trying to bully the Hooters franchise into having BBW, no, not BBW, because that's only black women, to having plus size women as employees when that's not what they've done since time immemorial, right? Ruben, it does affect us. We just live our entire lives being told, and again, the message that I feel exactly. People don't care, so we just keep it trucking, right? This encroach on speech is totalitarianism, fascism, and communism on the loose. Amen, Ruben. If men en masse got into comments of the View social media, for example, and complained about a convo called misandry, you don't think they would respond? No, they would not. They would not. That is the reality. Because men do get in these comments, these comment sections and complain and point out the hypocrisy, and it's largely ignored. Or met with some kind of deflection which says, hey, but what about? The whataboutism is very, very strong. It's a patriarchy because men still hold the real power, financial power, legislative, and political power. Now, Erica, you cannot bring this argument to me when we live in Barbados.
Say that again. Sorry, I deal with something. Say that again. Say that part
again. You can't
again.
tell me that we live in a patriarchy where our prime minister, president, head of the judiciary in Barbados are all women. So you can't come and tell me that they have all the financial and legislative and political power. Right here in Barbados, that is not the case.
But the mere fact that women have the option to, as you say, hold the highest offices in the land and actually impart legislation to govern countries and everything like that. I don't like it's not I don't think I cannot call it an outright patriarchy anymore. This is not a patriarchy anymore. This is
not nearly.
This is a hybrid. Yes, men facilitate the infrastructure, the maintaining of infrastructure, but when it comes to lawmaking and everything that, yes, one can argue that more men are empowered than women, but that's not because of no oppression or no
you're just not going for the jobs.
You understand what I mean? So
exactly, Ruben. Even the most recent national heroine is a woman. How are you saying to me that we live in a patriarchy when you look across the political landscape, when you look across the corporate landscape in Barbados, you see predominantly women. I am so confused about that. I truly am. Yeah. Jordan Peterson said it best. A minuscule percentage of men hold power. Men in general are not so empowered. Yeah, Austin.
right. I want to ask this question to Erica, and it doesn't have to be no, we could talk about this behind the scenes or whatever. But Erica, I want you to tell me how we live in a patriarchy. Tell me where the patriarchy exists. It doesn't have to be Barbados. It could be the United States. It could be the Western world. Tell me where in the Western world we live. How? Just explain to me how we live in a patriarchy, knowing full well what the word patriarchy means. Tell me how we live in a patriarchy in the West. We don't have to discuss it right now. Just consider that one word.
The fact that as they said, 4 women can sit on a panel and say point blank, but yeah, this is what we like with about men in their penis sizes, and then turn around and say, well, hey, no, boy, don't. If men are doing it, we didn't care. How is this a patriarchy? You know what I mean? How when women control the I just tell you the spending 75% out of every dollar, you control the media, you control corporate entities. So tell me, they are the first in Barbados. Yes, Erica, we agree. We agree. True, Philip. So we can teaching is a prime example. Most of the teachers are women.
Right. So even
and I heard a very feminist lesson being taught at my school, and I was like, wow, look at this, right?
But Erica, such female leadership are the first in Barbados, and that is why it is not a patriarchy anymore.
But hold on, Neil. Hold on. Don't let me get caught up in the details, right? The devil is in the details. Yes, this is the first time that we've had this kind of leadership in Barbados. But did women have the option of being able to pursue these political careers, these corporate careers, whatever career you want to think of? Did women have the option to do so? Or were they prevented from doing so based on the laws of the land and the educational infrastructure of the land? Because as far as I am aware, we've all had access to the same education. Erica, we went to the same school, like a couple of years older, but we went to the same school. We received the same education, except at third form, we probably chose different subjects. But we all received the same education across the board.
A school called Queen's College.
Yeah. And we all had the opportunity to pursue whatever field we chose. Right? We all had the opportunity to pursue whatever field we chose. Right? I would have loved to have gone into accounting, but neither you know how me and the masters work and how the accounts thing went. So that was up the window for me.
No production.
Yeah, no production at all. Right? Teaching was my second choice. Oddly enough, it's a job I do. I love it. Still in it. Right? So I pursued what I wanted to pursue. By the choices I have made, I know that, well, yeah, earning $20,000 a month is not going to happen for me, right? I made the choices I made. Women made the choices they made and entered the fields. The ones that wanted to go into the political fields, to go into the corporate fields, they have done so. But here's the problem. Here is the real crux of the matter. Women want to have everything. I had this conversation with a friend of mine a couple months ago now. Right? You can't have everything.
They even want the victimhood. The excuses.
The very nature of the careers you've chosen. Me and Marty, no children. Sat here, branch out to my knowledge, no children. Yeah? Who else we got about there?
Sandra Mason.
You know she got children. I think she got one. Right? But again, no partner. Right? And let me not talk more the politics business, right? The politicians' business, right? Because I don't know it at all. And I'm not at liberty to say, right? But we had the opportunities. When you make certain decisions, right? Men do not have that biological clock that ticks like how women do. So a man, they can be like feeling like no way when you hit 35 when you got children. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, children.
When they get there,
Children
when they get there,
at
get there.
70.
You know what I mean? When they get there, get there. Women, on the other hand, start to realize that those things that they chase do not make them as happy as things like family, children. They don't. So as much as we live in a patriarchy, to hear Erica tell it, it's really not the case. Everybody got the same opportunities based on education, based on the laws of the land. Everybody got the same opportunity, same rights. As a matter of fact, women got even more rights because guess what? If you and I get together, Erica, and we have a child, you could decide, you know what, I want it or I don't want it, and it got nothing to do with me up and down. So you got the right to delete, terminate, whatever you want to call it, or not. I don't have that right. So you got one more that we don't.
Yeah, we could go down the line. I want to make mention to something, right, Erica? When you get a chance, I want you to Google patriarchy definition, however you want to spell it, right? I want you to look at the definition of patriarchy. When you do that, I'm not going to read it here. When you do that, I want you to read it well, and I want you can message me privately. That's fine. And then obviously you've read what Anton just said. Inequality in power positions does not equate to patriarchy. Studies show that replacing men with women in the same structure produces the same outcomes for the male perspective. Because there are not enough women in powerful opportunities, as Derek is saying, does not mean that men holding back women from doing things. I know some may say, how you do that ain't true. Show me the proof. Show me the proof how men are stymieing women being in politics. Shoot.
And that's difficult when our prime minister is a woman.
The leader of both political parties in the last election were women.
Okay then.
So,
and we have more women on the platform this last time around than ever before.
So again, I understand.
As a matter of fact, women have always been in politics. Even we go back as far as Dame Billy Miller,
right?
Marlon Rice Bowen.
Yeah. So
Cynthia Ford has been in it forever. We've always had women in politics. It's just that what is required to be in the political landscape is a bit more than what women would naturally gravitate to.
All right.
But anyhow.
So I understand the patriarchy. Women want everything, even the excuses, even the scapegoats, even something to blame. The patriarchy. Men don't have that option. You think there are men out there that are disenfranchised, men that are struggling financially, men that literally cannot find work in their given fields, struggling. You think they can blame the patriarchy? They can't. Who they can blame? They can't. Shoot, the best you can offer is blaming the white man, blaming the rich. You understand what he's trying to say? But what one thing we as men know, especially in the Western world, there is no patriarchy. There is none. Not in the true definition of the word patriarchy. There is none. Not in 2022. Not even in 2020. Not even in 2015. There is none. Women can vote. Women can run for office. Women can make legislation and laws. Women can do any and everything. Shoot, look sharp here, so. Right here in Barbados. Suppose you see the same thing that happened here in Barbados happening in the United States. Where everybody that holds political power, the head of it, is a woman. For the United States, the vice president is a woman. Hillary Clinton has run for the presidency of the United States. How is that a patriarchy? She has the opportunity, just like any other woman, to run for office. There are mayors in the United States that are black women. The mayor of Atlanta is a black woman. So,
Chicago as well.
So please tell me where there is a system in place that only benefits men and empowers men, where women are exclusively excluded from the highest office in their country, in the Western Hemisphere. Now, if you're talking about patriarchy in the world now, If y'all live out, spend some time out in the east, I know what's going on over there, and that's
So that's a
fine.
little different.
But we speaking about the Western Hemisphere because you live in the Western Hemisphere just like me and Derek and everybody else watch. Well, most people watching. Yeah? So if we live in the Western Hemisphere and you complain about a patriarchy, I want you to go and read the definition of the word patriarchy. Please read it until it makes you think, maybe we don't actually live in a patriarchy, especially when you Google the women around the world that hold position in the highest of office in their country, in their city, in their county, in their whatever.
As a matter of fact, you know, you said so. The Prime Minister of England when we were growing up was a woman, Margaret Thatcher.
Well, I am bereft of utterance.
So for even all back then, you know, women were coming through. Steve makes a valid point. See, years ago with affirmative action, women and other minorities were hired above qualified men just to fill quotas. Men never had the opportunity. Yeah. And yeah, the affirmative action hire. Shoot, Rachel Nichols made some comments about that. She got let go from ESPN. You know what I mean? A few women in power is an overcorrection. She's LOL in that overcorrected. Yeah, that might not be the right word to use, overcorrected. But yeah, it's more than a few. Right? It's more than a few. Mostly lawyers you see coming out these days, women. Yeah. Mostly doctors in hospital, women. And again, there is nothing at all wrong with that. Let me be clear.
There's nothing wrong with that, but you can't. But in the same breath, we can't say there's nothing wrong with that and then complain there's a patriarchy. Don't
try to Jedi mind trick the man.
Look at a century ago. You know what's true misogyny? I was thinking about this today, Derek, and this can help me with my point I'm about. You know what's misogyny? Yeah, boy, I ain't getting a woman doctor. Nah, boy, I ain't getting in there playing with a woman flying it. Nah, boy, I ain't getting in the building that the woman elevator that a woman build. Nah, I ain't me. I ain't getting in that. Why? Because I don't trust the woman's skill set in that field to get me through safely. That is misogyny. Now, having said that, 100 years ago, there were almost exclusively no female doctors, no female engineers. There was no female nothing. Right? Hush your mouth, get in the kitchen, and do your work. Raise the children. That was the cry 100 years ago. 100 years ago, 50 years ago, sure, we could talk patriarchy up and down, left and right, and we could talk about the demerits of patriarchy and the oppression of women. Today, I see more women doctors in the hospital more than anybody else, and I have no problem with going to a woman taking care of my body. I have no problem with that. I mean, personally, there are certain things I would not go to a woman for simply because it has nothing to do with her skill set. It's just I ain't gonna get a prostate exam from a woman because I don't want to be naked in front of a woman that in my woman. You know what I mean? Like that has nothing to do with misogyny. That has more with comfort of self and not wanting to feel like, yeah, this kind of weird or whatever. So, having said that, but Erica, even if we go about 30 years ago, the point is you cannot cry. I've heard the word patriarchy more in the last 15 years than I've heard in the last 30. So
but it don't have no come up when it was existed all that time.
You understand? All of a sudden, now we live in patriarchy. Anyhow.
I lost it in here. Say something else. I hear you. You hearing me though? Y'all already control the word, Erica. Just thought we let you know. Just start trying to dipsy doodle the man. We already know. But don't give me a call back, Neil. See what's happening. I hear you now. Come again. Whatever you play with, just don't play with it again, and we see if we Check. Say something. No, yeah. Now fins and rest. Check.
Testing 1 2 1 2 3.
Yeah, got you.
You got me.
Got you there now.
All right,
Yeah.
good. All right, and we are back. Right, Erica, what I was saying before we Erica, just do me a favor. We could go back and forth here, but this is not the topic for the night. Read the word patriarchy for me. Go and look up the definition of patriarchy. Shoot, look up various different references and spaces where you could yeah, Crystal, I'd rather get a prostate exam from a man. That's a male thing. Man, it's a man that know about many things. Not that I dis. It's just weird to have a woman cut my penis and feel my balls. Like it's anyhow. That is more to do with. That has more to do with. This could be another topic. Fragile masculinity. I don't know, but problem is, I don't know how I feel about getting to a woman, and a woman could check me out, a woman could look on my throat, a woman could bear me, a woman could diagnose me. You know, if my doctor is a female, whatever, right? That's no problem, right? It's not like I can get a diagnosis from a woman and be like, nah, I need a second opinion because there's a woman. No, but I just feel like if I can get that intimate with a woman, I should be intimate with she. You know what I mean? Not saying I want man to be intimate with me, but at least I know it.
I was just saying.
Not saying I want man to be intimate with me. It's just it don't make sense. It gotta make sense. That's the point. But Erica, different sources for the word patriarchy, and let me have a real conversation in the right, because I don't think you fully understand what a patriarchy is. I don't think so.
I think Erica is fully aware. She just
Gypsy doing man
trying to dread me because I think women know. Women know. Tonight's topic shows you. Women know for a fact that there. Amber Heard said it. She could accuse that man. Shoot, he could go to court and accuse her, even with evidence. And she said point blank, nobody would believe him because he's a man. So women know.
We ain't living a patriarchy here.
The upper hand. That this is very much a gynocracy. Women know this, but they can't say out loud because to say out loud is to admit, well, yeah, we've playing for the radiant level, and now people know is said outright. But Erica knows.
You're right.
Try to dipsy do the here, but Erica knows.
And I see Fergie saying Saudi Arabia may be a better place to study. The reason why I don't want to get into that is because we don't live there. Yes, we can have a separate conversation about patriarchy in those countries and how those people are affected or not affected, because, you know, depending on who you ask, those women are happy under that. So there may not be real oppression. I ain't talking about these spaces where women are pulled out in the street and terrible things are done to them and the mutilation. I'm not talking about that. But the average Saudi Arabian woman or Middle Eastern woman may or may not be happy. The point is they live in a patriarchy. So to study that would be a different thing than living in that. You understand what I mean? If we live in a Saudi Arabia country, a Middle Eastern country, right? That's a different conversation. We could talk patriarchy all day long. How I benefit as a man and you don't. You can't hold office. I can though. Tee-hee-hee. No, that's different. Here no. I just don't know. I don't know how anybody could see in 2022. Shoot, in the last 15 years, in the last 20 years, in the last 30 years, as Erica said, I don't see how we could be talking about we live in a patriarchal system in the West. I just don't see it. I just literally do not see it. You there? Okay, it was breaking up. Yeah, it was breaking up a bit. Anyhow, we still.
Yeah, Fergie says that women don't buy the lies. Do not let them trick you. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we on to them. Be on to them. Let me check out this article here. So
yeah. All right. You on screen now?
Yeah. Alyssa Milano says fathers telling sons to take care of your mother is misogynistic. Gets thoroughly trounced. Her war opinion only hurts women. So let's go forward because this is the kind of dog that we're talking about, right? Alyssa Milano, who has no shortage of questionable tweets that have been widely panned, uncaught yet another post on Twitter that was thoroughly trounced by many. The Who's the Boss actress ticked off a generous number of Twitter users this weekend by claiming that fathers telling their sons to take care of your mother is misogynistic. On Thursday night, Milano tweeted, "Can we stop saying to our sons things like, take care of your mother while I'm gone? This is insinuating that women can't take care of them ourselves, and it's bullshit." Alyssa Milano, she says, "Can we start?" Right? Yeah, got that. Twitter reactions to Milano's tweet flew in fast and furious. Many commentators only saw positives in dads telling their sons to care for their mom, and not to let anything bad happen to the matriarch. While at the same time, others believed that the actress was fishing for attention. Actor Adam Baldwin said the only thing it might insinuate to women who can actually take care of themselves is a fatherly sense of familial love and duty, encourage the sons staying behind on the home front while dad's away. Regular healthy women aren't offended by this. Daily Wire CEO Jeremy Boring replied, "We basically have. Look what it's gotten us." Right? Columnist Kurt Schilter simply said, "No, we can't." Somebody else says, "No, boys need to become men." Somebody says, "Imagine being married to someone who hates men this much." Somebody says, "Run out of things to be outraged over, huh?" Somebody just wrote, "Mental illness." Actor Matthew Marsden exclaimed, "I always say this to my sons, so no, F off, I'm raising men." Yeah. Tablet magazine's no Bloom fired back. Or maybe the point is to make the kid feel important and responsible, and not everything is about you. Justin Wang jokes, father on his deathbed, "Take care of your mother while I'm gone." Alyssa Milano, "This is insinuating that women can't take care of ourselves, and it's bullshit. Father dies." A commenter added, "What a miserable mind. I will always tell my son to take care of his mother while I'm gone. Sometimes it's the little things that reveal the cultural divide." A Twitter user said, "Alyssa Milano is so self-centered she doesn't realize it's at least in part for the benefit of teaching boys to look out for and protect others, especially the women in their lives. Ironic that she was one of the people who spoke during the Me Too movement." You see that gynocracy going on? Somebody says, "God forbid that people ask families to act like families." Right? It's weird. Alyssa Milano showing us once again why most of us are better at this parenting thing. Why in the world would you insinuate it's a negative thing to teach our sons respect and the importance of always taking care of their mother? This is one unhinged lady. So, again, she has a tweet down at the end there, Neil, if you go right down to the end, because you don't want to read through all of that. And she says, "Apparently I trended on Twitter today for tweeting that saying things to our sons like, take care of your mother, implies to the son that women are incapable of taking care of themselves. The fact that this recognition of innate misogyny trended is part of the problem."
Right. So I am glad we didn't do this in short. What I will do is I will dissect this now. Because imagine, so you have a boy, my son and his mother went overseas recently. I told him, "Look after your mother while you're over there." Right? No. Let's say I didn't say that. Let's say I do not teach my son to protect women. Let's say I say that women can protect themselves, right? Good. He is now a man. He is now a husband. He now lives in a house. And somebody kick open the door. Yeah, we want to go in here, gunpoint.
Yeah,
right?
she got breakfast herself.
Right? The man know he falls in fear just like woman. You don't understand what I'm saying? Yes, that may be a far leap for some people may not understand what goes on between there, simply because you do not know what it is like as a man. You do not know what the perspective is as a man. You may think that it's misogynist to tell your son to take care of your mother. You may say but he's a boy, what he could do to take care of your mother or whatever. Why would you set her that a woman is a tender flower that needs to be taken care of? And women are strong and empowering. How dare you insinuate that the woman can't take care of herself? No problem. No problem. So then I should raise my son that anytime he sees a woman in peril or he got a woman that's in peril, break for yourself. Anytime you go somewhere and you got to take care of something, take care of yourself first. When they talk with women and children first, but the board say, behave. That's not how it was taught again to the island. for myself. Yeah. So we have two sex. We have male and female. We have the stronger, the physically stronger of the two, and we have the smaller, weaker of the two. Yeah? Good. There is a problem. There are men and women in the space. So the man should just break for themselves and left the woman to dead. Left the woman to however to figure it out. Yeah? And when you struggle and you can't get it figured out, well, that's we want to. So what are we teaching? So we damned if we teach, we damned if we don't teach. Because I bet you, Alyssa Milano, that if that boy grows up to a man, and you both there again, drive, beat, rob, whatever in the street, and the man seeing you, the man be like, that's not what was taught. And then you'll get police on Twitter that Elon Musk now own and talk about how on, or well, my car, I had a flat tire in my car, and 4 men passed me. You understand? Yep. So
all of a sudden, now women and children first going through the others.
Right.
So according to Alyssa Milano, through the others.
So anytime you're on a plane with you, Alyssa Milano, and the plane going down, and you stand next to me, I can say, ha ha.
Sorry for you.
Ha ha.
We gonna fight for this life jacket.
No, we are fighting. They're in a fight. Because Alyssa Milano, they're in a fight.
You can take care of yourself. Yeah. I'll tell you right, Neil. I will say that I think that is one of the things that kind of messed with my marriage, right? In that I grew up with a mother and an aunt who were two aunts who were very, very strong, very, very independent, very go get it women, right? So I grew up with the belief that hey, women is sorted out, women is working on their own. Right. And to assume that they can't or won't is in fact a form of patriarchy, misogyny, whatever you want to call it, right? And my wife would have been expecting me to step into that more masculine role and do certain things and lead. And those things that I only found out after the fact in the flotsam and jetsam of the relationship when things was already too far gone and breakdown already. So yes, man is supposed to take care of, provide and protect, prophet, preacher. Yeah, that's what men's supposed to do. Supposed to step into them roles. And when you got people talking about to do that is misogynistic, this we end up with where men like she got problems and protecting the body that I know nothing about.
But then again,
you know what I mean?
But Derek, again, it comes down to we are the villains. We are the scapegoats. Anytime a woman has an issue, we are the problem. So no, when a woman is in a relationship and the man, let's say, same situation, my husband ain't lead, he ain't a real lead, he was a beta male, and this, that, and the next, and the third, then man ain't shit. Who raising these men? Yeah. Where all the good men going? But
that's a real question. Who raising these men? Oh boy.
Good.
Who raising these men?
So again,
let me get a bumper clock in here. So who raising the men? Somebody put it in the chat. Who raising the men? Who raising these weak ass men?
You understand?
We gotta find out.
That ain't stepping up to leadership roles and stuff like that. Again, Alyssa Milano, she's misguided. I won't get into she's an idiot mental health. I'm not doing that. I don't agree with that. I would say she is misguided. Whether she's doing it for likes, whether she believes that, she is misguided. That's all I will say on that, right? But it is important to note that from a man's perspective, we are the villains to women. The topic of tonight is She Hate Me. That was the title, sorry. She Hate Me. We feel hated, or rather, hate is a strong word. We do not feel...
But it's an accurate word, though.
It's an accurate word, right? But I feel as though we are not appreciated. Shoot, we are demonized. We are the ills of everything wrong. If you are obese, it is fat. If you tell me to get in gym, we are fat shaming. You know what I'm saying? If you are diagnosed, if you are single, that's our fault too. If you were part of a broken marriage, that's our fault too. You got a man that ain't buying you enough roses, that's our fault. You got a man that not buying you enough roses, that's our fault. You got a man that got a big wood, that is our fault. Man with a small, that's our fault. High taxes and gas, that is our fault. We are to be blamed for everything. You understand what I mean? But then when women are blamed in certain small microcosms, where you have some people that blame our prime minister for high gas prices and taxes, some people blaming Amber Heard for her behavior, whatever, that is in a vacuum. That is not speaking to women ain't good leaders. No. Mia can raise the taxes all she want. It could be shown statistically that women leaders raise taxes more than men leaders. But that ain't gonna be the main fault. That is just the individual's fault. Amber Heard, she did reprehensible things to Johnny Depp. That's Amber Heard's fault. There's no acknowledgement that women just do these things. Sure, I ain't had a woman.
Actually, it's part of Johnny Depp's fault if you hear them tell it.
Exactly. No, I had a woman defecate on my pillows or anything like that. But I have had pieces and elements of what Amber Heard had done. But she never cut off my finger. But I had a woman to wear Johnny me. And the point I'm trying to make is that you blame men exclusively for the problems in every situation or facet of life. But you don't blame women exclusively. You blame woman, a woman. A woman.
And the man that makes you do the things you do.
Exactly. So, shoot, they've had situations where women deleted a husband. What he doing to deserve that? That's victim shaming, as I understand it, ain't it?
Yeah. Sounds like it to me.
Good. But when a woman is, somebody put hands on the woman, and we say, well, what she do to get that I do to she? We victim blaming. So, all we ask, right? See somebody put it in the chat. You may mention to it. Keep that same energy and understand that if you want true equality, I mean, it's fine. If you don't want true equality, you don't want equality, you want women to lead, run the world, everything like that. You want to be like Beyonce, who run the world? Girl, that's fine.
Yes.
But don't come with the thinly veiled of, we want equality, we want the same rights and privileges as men in this patriarchy. And then when we call you out on things, we are misogynistic because we don't agree with you and your point of view. You see, Derek and myself, we come from two strong women that raised us. Derek talked about his aunt, his mother, his two aunts, his mother. I have my mother and my grandmother, right? I can never sit here and say that I don't want women to have the highest. Shoot, I vote for the BLB. I don't want me to gain power the other day. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
I believe in a woman.
But how to keep your vote?
I personally believe that a person should be rewarded by their merit and sweat of their brow. If you are the best leader for my country, I don't care if you have green skin. I don't care if you identify as a lamppost. The point is, you have the best policies for our Barbadians to get us through and to get us back on our feet. So, for you to come here and say that we are misogynists and that because we disagree and we saying certain things and y'all men believe in traditional roles and this and that next, but shoot, wanna believe in traditional roles too? So please tell me, please help me to understand, right? Because I personally, Neil Hoy, I'm a logical person. I was raised that way from my father. I am a logical person. I'm not going to speak for all men, I speak for myself. I do not understand how you are calling me a misogynist. You are calling me part of the patriarchy. You are calling me a victim blamer. You are calling me antiquated in my thought process with gender roles. But yet still in your vacuum, in your side corner in a conversation, you want men to provide. You want men to defend. You want men to enforce. You want men to give way to women to be leaders, as in Mia Motley is the best leader that Barbados has ever had. Our president is a prime minister and everything like that. And we have voted for that person. And we encourage women to, sweetheart, if you got the knowledge and know-how, you could do better than men in that, go and do it. But two things can be true at the same time. The same way a woman may be better able to lead a country more so than a man right now. That don't mean that she could go and beat a man 100-meter race. In that, some of y'all believe that because they don't think that men and women should compete in the same race because it would be a bloodbath for the men, all of a sudden, I don't think men and women should be paid the same in sports. Why? Because men have more eyes and viewership and sponsorship and audience participants and everything like that more so than women. Again, sweat your bro. If you're bringing in a product that equal to the men and more eyes watching your sport more so than the men, Because y'all don't understand marketing. It has nothing to do with the product on the field. It is about who is watching and who is spending money to advertise in that product.
I don't want to be. Let me not be this disparaging. No, not disparaging.
How am I
Let me
being
not say
disparaging?
But you don't want to say that they don't understand marketing. Because we clip that and say that you say
No.
But exactly.
No, Derek. No, Derek. How can you understand marketing by saying the U.S. women's team should be making just as much as the men's soccer team? How can you understand marketing?
I've heard that.
How can you understand marketing and see WNBA should be compensated the same as NBA players?
But they're not seeing it from a perspective of a marketing perspective. They're seeing it from a man-woman perspective.
If you have a product that is bringing in 10 million eyes or 2 billion eyes around the world, you are entitled to the same compensation and market share as the other people that are doing it. If you are bringing in a fraction of the people, perfect example. We running here the Senate podcast, right? We got 353 subscribers. We thank every one of you for those subscriptions, right? But by and large in the Red Pill community, we are a small channel. You think Derek and myself can say we should be compensated just as much as some of these big things? We do more content than Kevin Samuels. We do more content than O'Shea Do Jackson. We do more content. We can say that. But would that really make sense? Because we do not have the viewership of those people. And that is the same argument. You want to be compensated the same as a man for not having the same market share as men. So we want the same money that Kevin Samuels made, but we ain't got a fraction, a thousandth, 1/1000th of the audience that he got when the night come and he live streams. So all I ask is for a little cognitive reasoning. Yeah, do not look at things in a vacuum. Like they got man and they got woman. Man getting paid $10 million to bounce a basketball. Woman getting paid $200,000. That could be fair. Nothing happens in a vacuum. Nothing don't just happen.
Yeah, but it's a case of exactly that. He getting this, so I should get that. There's no consideration given to the external factors, right? And that's generally what happens. Even here tonight in the discussion is like, well, yeah, men in politics, so women should be in politics too, and women should earn the same amount or whatever, and then still be able to turn around and have all the other things that they would normally have. The more traditional gender things like family, children, and stuff like that, without recognizing that the man who goes into politics and those things, he does in fact have to sacrifice family time, children, and he has to put off those things sometimes till later in life. You know what I mean? But hey,
But again, women just come and say, we don't think women to sacrifice too. But to what levels?
You have to. There is a sacrifice, and again, as I said, sometimes women have to forego partners, relationships, children, all those things in order to be able to compete. But recognize that the man that you think that did not have to do that had to. He may not have missed some football games or whatever. It was not just, but yeah, you can just go along and do what you want to do later for everybody else.
You make at the scratch. So all I ask is for people to think. Before you open your mouth and say misogyny, before you open your mouth and say, well, ha ha, kiki, this man, penis small, before you open your mouth and say disparaging things about men, I want you to consider the flip side of that. I want you to consider if a man were to say this, and if your answer is, I don't care about that, then maybe, just maybe, you are operating from a space of misandry. If you don't care what is said about men or how you speak about men and what position men get or don't get or whatever, you don't care nothing about men and their rights and their beliefs. If you see a man getting tech at the cleaners when he married, and you say, well, glad he getting tech because he ain't had no right, probably cheap and shit or something like that, you are operating from a space of misandry. It's not misogyny, my dear. You're operating from a space of misandry. And we can keep that same energy, because I am tired of always having to look at the word misogyny, patriarchy, what's the other word? Narcissism. Everybody's a psychiatrist. Women exclusively now are psychologists and psychiatrists, throwing about words that they have no clear understanding of what they mean. And I know people can clean it, so you trying to say with me how you could say there's a patriarchy, how we could read a whole article and that most of it is narcissism and has nothing to do with misogyny. What is misogyny? What's patriarchy? Y'all trying around these terms. What do they mean? Do you know terms like misandry? Because I figure if you know the word, you gotta know the opposite of it. We had to learn that at school, right?
Yep.
We had to learn big, we had to learn small, we had to learn tall, we had to learn short. We got exams on it and we were beaten exclusively if we didn't know the opposite of words. So anytime you call a word out of your mouth, like misogyny, like patriarchy, any of these words that you want to spew about and turn around at the slightest mention of anything that goes against what you are thinking as a woman or what you as the women collective are thinking, if you want to do that, consider what is the opposite. What is the opposite to misogyny? What's the opposite of patriarchy? Do we really live in a patriarchy? What does a patriarchy look like? What is a prime example of patriarchy in the world today? Are we living in that? Do we have similarities? Do we have things that are not the same, differences? There is no critical thinking. It is just, man, we've been downtrodden and women get beat, our APE, we've been downtrodden for centuries, millennia, and everything like that. Now that we got little power, no man can't take this from me. All of a sudden, now you want to say that we fat? How you can say that we fat? You know about my hormones, you know about what I got get through to think. You know how hard it's been working in the gym. But you're fat though. I ain't saying that disparaging to say, look at you, you're nasty. I'm not saying that. But let's call a thing a thing. I have been called skinny. All my life I was skinny. I was bony as hell. I hear my rib cage get dented. I can see my ribs are like a Somali, and I hear all types of things about my weight. Right? I take that up on the chin. Why? Because I can't say nothing about that. You can't take a joke. You're a pussy or what? You're a girl, yeah, which is funny. Women telling me that I'm a girl because I can't take a joke about my weight. But in 2022, I can't call you fat, but you could call a friend of mine fat. You could call a friend of mine short, stocky, bad looking, ugly, butt teeth. You could say anything you want about man. I can't say it though. We gotta stop it. Think.
Yeah. Folks, it is 9:43 in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Hit that like button if you like what we're doing. Yeah, of course, subscribe. We had 353 subscribers. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. And yeah, we will here. This is the National Heroes Day edition, and I think it's only appropriate before we sign out of here that we get a little graphic on screen in celebration of National Heroes Day. And because I'm a villain and a troll, yeah, Neil, let's get it on screen.
Oh no. Oh no.
I am a villain and a troll. That's me.
Let's get it on screen. Give me 1 second here. So yeah, am I here?
Yeah.
All right. You on screen?
Yeah, authorities seized several firearms from ASAP Rocky's home following assault arrest. So yeah, folks, that's the last piece of news we can drop to sign off here tonight. Folks, needn't like we don't make it the rules, we just make sure you know what they are. You can ignore the consequences of reality, but you can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Be the best version of you for you. We can see y'all again soon. Look out for a short coming tomorrow. Next week we can talk about marriage. So Fergie, touch base with me. Let me get you in this thing. We can have you in the panel to do a little bit of discussion about the whole marriage thing, because I am of the belief that marriage is not for men. So hey, come through. We can talk about it. Hopefully next week we can do that. And yeah, as always, guys. Yeah, Tollies, that one was especially for you. Happy Rihanna Day, as you told me this morning. Yeah, guys. Please remember that, the numbers, I see we get 400 something today. Outside is, still a little rough. So please remember. Yeah. So, remember, if being toxic, if being a man means you're toxic, stay toxic. You can see you all again soon.
Peace and love.